3 Honda engines. One has a documented problem inside millions of cars right now, and most owners have no idea. One has a factory-designed quirk that sends people to the shop for a repair they don't need. And one, the one Honda quietly discontinued, has been crossing 300,000 miles on nothing but oil changes for 20 years. Honda puts all three under the same trusted badge. One sticker, 3 completely different ownership experiences. I've been tearing these engines apart for 15 years, and what actually happens to each one past 100,000 miles is not what the brochure suggests. Today I'm ranking all 3, worst to best, by real failure patterns, real shop costs, and what it takes to keep each one running long-term. The K24, the 1.5-liter turbo, and the 3.5 V6. You'll find these in Civics, Accords, CR-Vs, Pilots, Odysseys, and Ridgelines going back to 2002. By the end, you'll know which one to seek out and which one to walk away from, regardless of what the seller tells you. Let's start with the one that keeps me busiest. Third place, the 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. This engine has been in most Civics, CR-Vs, and Accords since 2016. On a dealer lot, it sounds like the right move. More torque than the larger engine it replaced, better fuel economy, smaller under the hood. Honda marketed it as an upgrade. In the right hands, with the right history, it's a decent engine. The problem is invisible. A large portion of early 1.5-liter turbos, and a real percentage of the ones on used car lots right now, have a documented issue where gasoline gets into the engine oil. Not from a leak, from the combustion process itself. The way this engine works, fuel gets injected directly into the cylinder rather than through the intake. On short trips or in cold weather, the engine never fully warms up. Some of that fuel washes past the piston rings into the oil pan instead of burning off. Your oil level reads fine. Your dashboard shows nothing. But the oil protecting every bearing in that engine is getting diluted week by week, month by month. Oil mixed with gasoline is thinner than it should be. It doesn't protect the way it should. On stop-and-go cars, cold climate cars, short commute cars, which describes a significant share of Civic and CR-V buyers, that diluted oil causes bearing wear and timing chain wear that compounds quietly over time before anyone notices. I pulled the dipstick on a 2018 CR-V last spring. The owner had 0 complaints, just overdue for an oil change. I pulled it cold, before starting the engine for the day, and it smelled like gasoline, not oil. The level was over full. Fuel had diluted the oil until there was more volume than there should have been. That car had been running on compromised oil for months. Nobody warned her. Nobody checked. Honda issued a software update that addressed the root combustion timing issue. It works. The catch, it only helps if a dealer loaded it onto that specific car. Many used 1.5T Hondas on the market never got it. Before buying any used Civic, Accord, or CR-V with this engine, pull the dipstick cold, before the first start of the day. Gasoline smell means the problem exists in that car. A full inspection report won't tell you that. The dipstick does it for free in 5 seconds. That's not the only issue. Because this engine injects fuel directly into the cylinder, nothing ever passes through the intake to wash the intake valves clean. Carbon builds up on those valves the same way grease builds up on a stovetop burner you've never cleaned. At 80,000 to 100,000 miles, you'll notice rough idle, occasional misfires, and a subtle power loss. The cleaning runs $400 to $600 at most shops, and it comes back every 60,000 to 80,000 miles after that. A 1.5T that got the software update and stayed on regular oil changes is a good engine. The one that didn't is a slow-moving repair bill with nothing showing on the dash to warn you. That inconsistency lands it in 3rd place. Now, the engine most people assume is the safe, boring, reliable choice, except it has a factory quirk Honda engineered in from day one that has cost owners money they shouldn't have spent. 2nd place, the 3.5-liter V6. Pilot, Passport, Ridgeline, Odyssey. Real torque, smooth power, no turbo lag to manage. If you tow, haul a full family, or need a 3-row SUV that doesn't ask much of you, this engine delivers on its reputation. But Honda added something to certain model years of this engine called variable cylinder management. Under light load on the highway, the engine automatically shuts down 3 of its 6 cylinders to save fuel. You're running on 3. The car doesn't announce it. You're supposed to never feel it. Most of the time you don't. On certain years and certain driving conditions, the transition between 3 and 6 cylinders isn't clean. The engine shudders. Not dramatic, just a steady vibration at cruising speed that feels like a rough patch of road or a slight misfire. Just enough to trigger a search and start getting quotes. A pilot owner came in last year, 67,000 miles, convinced she needed ignition work. She'd already gotten a quote from another shop, $1,800 in diagnostics and coil replacements. We identified the actual issue in 8 minutes. The cylinder management system cycling roughly at highway speed. No parts needed. 1 service visit. The shudder was gone because we addressed the right system. Most owners who arrive with that shudder don't get that answer first. They get misfire codes chased, unnecessary parts ordered, and diagnostic time billed for the wrong problem. On 2012 to 2016 model years especially, VCM shudder is common enough that it should be your first question when you take delivery, not the result of an expensive diagnostic visit. Beyond the shudder, fuel economy. Real world in traffic with AC running and a full load, most owners land in the low 20s mpg. At current fuel prices, the difference between the V6 and the more efficient engines in this comparison adds up to a few $100s a year. Not catastrophic, but real over a 5-year ownership. Strong engine, predictable annoyance, 2nd place. If you're still watching, you're ahead of most Honda buyers. You're checking the things the sticker doesn't show. Drop your engine type and mileage in the comments. I want to see what these motors are actually doing in the real world at 100K, 150K, 200K. Those numbers matter. And now the one that Honda discontinued. The engine people traded away when they bought something newer, and why many of them should look for it again on the used market. First place, the K24, Honda's 2.4-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder. This engine ran the Accord from 2003 to 2017. The CR-V from 2002 to 2016. The Element, earlier TSX models. Honda produced it across millions of cars over 15 years, and the reason is simple. They got it right on the first build and had no real reason to redesign it. No turbocharger, no direct injection, no cylinder deactivation. A timing chain instead of a belt. A straightforward oil system refined over a decade of production. The result is an engine that has almost no catastrophic failure modes when the maintenance has been done. I've seen K24s cross 200,000 miles on original timing chains, original internals, nothing major ever touched. Customers bring in Accords with 175,000 miles, expecting a repair list, and leaving with an oil change recommendation and a clean bill of health. I've had people drive in with 240,000 miles, and the answer is, keep doing what you're doing. Parts are cheap, widely available, and any competent local shop can work on this engine without specialty tools. Maintenance costs less because the engine is simpler. Oil changes on a K24 extend comfortably to 5,000 to 7,500 miles without drama. There's no carbon cleaning service to schedule every 60,000 miles the way there is on the 1.5T. No cylinder deactivation system to develop a shudder. The timing chain gives early warning, a slight rattle on cold start, before any real damage sets in. That warning doesn't exist on the 1.5T, where the oil dilution does its damage quietly. The one thing that damages a K24 is extended oil change neglect, and that holds for every engine on this list. The difference is how each engine handles that neglect. A 1.5T owner who ignores oil changes compounds a fuel dilution problem that builds without warning. A K24 owner who ignores oil changes eventually hears the timing chain give a rattle. One tells you, one doesn't. Now the part that should bother you if you own a newer Honda. Honda discontinued the K24 and replaced it with the 1.5-liter turbo, the engine sitting in 3rd place on this list. The stated reason was fuel economy and emissions targets. The result for owners, a more complex engine with a documented oil contamination issue and a recurring intake cleaning cost that the K24 never had. A well-maintained K24 Accord or CR-V at 130,000 miles is a better long-term buy than a neglected 1.5T at 60,000. You can verify a K24's condition with a cold start listen and an oil change history. With the 1.5T, you need the dipstick test, software update verification, and a careful look at the ownership history before you can trust what the mileage says. First place, not a close decision. The ranking, stated plainly. The 1.5 turbo is capable when everything is in order and expensive when it isn't. And on the used market, Distinguishing between the two requires specific checks most buyers never do. The V6 is reliable with one engineered quirk that sends owners to the shop for money they shouldn't spend. The K24 is the most predictable, lowest cost, longest running engine in this comparison, and Honda stopped making it. Same badge on the back of the car. 3 different answers to, what does this cost me at 150,000 miles? If you own a 1.5T and want to know whether your specific car has the oil dilution update, and how to check your oil the right way at home, that's the next video. If you've got a K24 and want to know exactly how to keep it past 250,000 miles, that breakdown is on the channel too. See you there.